Hey there, did you know there's a sunshine vitamin that doesn't just impact your bones, but could be the key to a stronger immune system, a sharper brain, and even a happier mood? Yep, we're talking about vitamin D, something most adults don't get enough of. Today, we're diving into why every adult needs vitamin D and answering some common questions like, how much should I be taking? Can it really help with depression? And what's the deal with vitamin D and COVID-19? Let's shed some light on it. We all know that vitamin D helps our bones stay strong by aiding calcium absorption. But here's something you might not know. Vitamin D not only ensures calcium gets absorbed, but also helps regulate phosphorus levels, another mineral crucial for bone health. When you're low on vitamin D, your bones lose both calcium and phosphorus, becoming brittle and prone to fractures. Research has found that osteoporosis, a condition characterized by weakened bones, affects millions of older adults, with postmenopausal women being particularly at risk. In fact, studies show that up to 30% of people aged 60 and above are vitamin D deficient, putting them at a greater risk of falls and fractures. Additionally, some evidence suggests that a lack of vitamin D could lead to osteomalacia in adults, a condition where bones become soft and more likely to bend or break. Now, here is a fun fact. Did you know just 20 minutes of sun exposure can generate 20,000 IU of vitamin D? That's way more than you'd get from most supplements or fortified foods. However, many factors, like sunscreen, time of day, and geographic location, impact how much vitamin D your body can make from sunlight. Vitamin D has a dual function when it comes to immune support. It not only boosts the body's defenses, but also regulates the immune system to prevent overreaction, which is crucial for fighting autoimmune diseases. During the pandemic, studies found that people with low levels of vitamin D had more severe outcomes from respiratory infections, including COVID-19. A common question is, can vitamin D protect me from illness? While it's not a cure-all, research shows that vitamin D boosts the production of antimicrobial proteins like cathelicidins and defensins, which help your body fight infections by attacking invading viruses and bacteria. Some scientists even believe maintaining healthy vitamin D levels may reduce the severity of colds, flu, and other respiratory illnesses. Additionally, vitamin D appears to play a role in preventing or managing autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, and type 1 diabetes. People in northern latitudes with less sun exposure have higher rates of these diseases, suggesting a link between low vitamin D levels and autoimmune disorders. One of the trending questions recently is, can vitamin D really help with depression? And the answer is yes, for some people. Vitamin D receptors are found in areas of the brain that regulate mood, and researchers have found a link between low vitamin D levels and mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, and seasonal affective disorder, SAD. A large-scale meta-analysis showed that individuals with vitamin D deficiency were 64% more likely to suffer from depression compared to those with sufficient levels. Furthermore, another study found that taking a vitamin D supplement for 12 weeks significantly reduced depressive symptoms in people with low levels. Low vitamin D impacts serotonin production, often called the feel-good hormone, which is essential for mood regulation. That's why people who live in areas with less sunlight tend to feel more sluggish and down during the winter months. Think winter blues or SAD. Feeling weak or achy without hitting the gym. Vitamin D may be the missing piece. It's essential for muscle contraction, and low levels are linked to muscle weakness, especially in older adults. As you age, muscles tend to lose mass, a condition known as sarcopenia, but research shows that maintaining adequate vitamin D levels can improve muscle function, reduce the risk of falls, and even boost physical performance in seniors. Interestingly, studies have shown that vitamin D can help reduce recovery time after intense physical activity by improving muscle repair. This is one of the reasons why athletes are often recommended to keep an eye on their vitamin D levels. Did you know that vitamin D also plays a crucial role in your heart health? Studies show that people with low vitamin D levels are at an increased risk of hypertension, high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. Vitamin D helps regulate blood pressure by affecting the renin-angiotensin system, which controls how your body retains water and salt. Additionally, vitamin D works to reduce inflammation in blood vessels, promoting better cardiovascular function. Some researchers even suggest that maintaining optimal vitamin D levels can reduce the risk of atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, and overall heart disease. Vitamin D doesn't just impact your mood, it's also important for your brain function. Research has found that people with lower vitamin D levels have slower reaction times and are more prone to cognitive decline as they age. This vitamin may also protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Vitamin D's role in brain health is linked to its ability to promote neurogenesis, the growth of new brain cells, and reduce inflammation that can damage brain tissue. It's like having a personal trainer for your brain, helping you stay sharp well into your senior years. Another commonly searched question is, can vitamin D help with weight loss? While it's not a magic pill for shedding pounds, research shows that people with higher vitamin D levels are more likely to have a healthy body mass index, BMI. Vitamin D affects leptin, the hormone that tells your brain when you're full, which can help regulate appetite. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who were vitamin D deficient had a harder time losing weight, even when following the same diet and exercise regimen as those with adequate vitamin D levels. So, keeping your vitamin D levels up may help support weight management efforts by reducing cravings and improving metabolism. For many people, the sun is the most efficient way to get vitamin D. But did you know that factors like latitude, season, skin tone, and age can all affect how much vitamin D you produce? People with darker skin need more time in the sun to produce the same amount of vitamin D as those with lighter skin. And as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at synthesizing vitamin D from sunlight. The best time to soak up vitamin D? Midday. This is when UVB rays are strongest. If you live in northern latitudes or experience long winters, consider supplementing during those months, as sunlight won't be sufficient. While it's hard to get enough vitamin D from food alone, some foods are packed with it. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are among the best natural sources. Fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and cereals also contain added vitamin D, but they often don't provide enough to meet daily requirements. For those asking, can you get enough vitamin D from diet alone? The short answer is not likely. Most people need a combination of diet, sunlight, and possibly supplements to meet their daily needs. If you can't get enough from sunlight or diet, supplements are a reliable and safe way to boost your vitamin D levels. Most experts recommend between 1,000 to 4,000 IU daily, depending on your individual needs. But some people with deficiencies may require even higher doses. Vitamin D3 is generally preferred over D2, as it's more effective at raising blood levels of the vitamin. Vitamin D is more than just a bone builder. It's a multitasking nutrient that helps protect your immune system, brain, muscles, and heart. With so many benefits, it's worth making sure your vitamin D levels are optimal, whether through sunshine, food, or supplements. Understanding whether you have a vitamin D deficiency might not always be obvious, as the symptoms can be subtle. If you've been feeling unusually tired, experiencing muscle weakness, or noticing more frequent bone pain, these could all be signs of low vitamin D levels. Mood changes such as depression or anxiety are also common indicators. Fortunately, a simple blood test can reveal if you're deficient. This test, known as the 25-hydroxy-vitamin D test, is the most accurate way to assess your vitamin D levels. For most adults, the target range is between 20–50 nmol, with anything below 20 considered deficient. If you do find that you're low on vitamin D, you may wonder about supplementation, but it's important to get the right balance. While it's rare, too much vitamin D can be harmful, leading to a condition called hypercalcemia, where excess calcium accumulates in your blood. Symptoms of vitamin D toxicity include nausea, vomiting, weakness, and kidney issues, so it's essential to stick to recommended doses, especially when taking supplements. Keep in mind that it's nearly impossible to overdose on vitamin D from sun exposure alone, so the main concern is taking too much through supplementation. Another question that often arises is whether you should choose vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, or vitamin D3, cholecalciferol supplements. Research consistently shows that vitamin D3 is more effective at raising and maintaining vitamin D levels in the body compared to D2. Therefore, most healthcare providers recommend D3 for supplementation. Speaking of sunlight, many people are surprised to learn that sunscreen can reduce the skin's ability to produce vitamin D. Sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher can block up to 95% of vitamin D synthesis in the skin. This doesn't mean you should abandon sunscreen altogether. Instead, aim for short, unprotected periods of sun exposure, around 10–30 minutes, depending on your skin tone, before applying sunscreen to get the best of both worlds. You might have heard about the link between vitamin D and cancer prevention. While more research is needed, some studies suggest that maintaining optimal vitamin D levels could reduce the risk of developing certain cancers, including colon, breast, and prostate cancer. One theory is that vitamin D helps regulate cell growth, playing a role in preventing the uncontrolled cell division that leads to cancer. Though this is a promising area of study, it's essential to maintain a balanced approach to supplementation and sun exposure, rather than seeing vitamin D as a guaranteed preventive measure. Vitamin D plays an integral role in maintaining optimal health across numerous body systems, from bone strength to heart health and even mental well-being. Given its significance, it's surprising how many people are deficient. By making small changes like spending more time in the sun, adding vitamin D-rich foods to your diet, or taking the right supplements, you can ensure you're reaping the full benefits of this powerhouse nutrient. And remember, it's always best to consult with a healthcare provider for personalized advice, especially if you're thinking about adding a supplement to your routine. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips.